What's up, y'all?
Come get this commentary.
The best on these streets. I'm about to start the club up. Let me see who's here.
Arrested and charged with murder for allegedly killing Atlanta rapper Trouble will remain in jail. Today, a Rockdale County judge denied Jamichael Jones bond during his first court appearance. Also today, 11 Alive received copies of Jones' arrest warrants. Our Joe Hankey joins us now with the new details investigators are uncovering when it comes to a motive in this case. Joe, what have you learned?
Well, Sheila, those warrants detailed Jamichael Jones and his girlfriend of 3 years breaking up about a week ago. Then Sunday, Jones allegedly broke into her apartment, found Mariel Orr, known as rapper Trouble, and shot him. Tonight, Jamichael Jones is in the Rockdale County Jail, charged with murder, assault, and home invasion following the death of rapper Trouble early Sunday. In arrest warrants, investigators claim Jones went to his ex-girlfriend's apartment in Conyers Sunday morning before sunrise and forced his way inside. That is where he found his ex and Trouble asleep in a bed. After allegedly punching her in the face and fighting with Trouble, according to the warrants, Jones pulled a gun, shot Trouble, and then left the apartment complex 7 minutes after arriving. Yesterday, deputies visited places Jones was known to live or frequent. At his mother's home, deputies stood by as she talked with him by phone, asked him to turn himself in, and Jones then arranged with deputies to surrender at a hospital.
Maybe he felt that that would probably be a safe location. Maybe it was a area that he was familiar with, but he decided that's where he wanted to turn himself in. It was a lit area. We were okay with it. Whatever it took to make him feel comfortable, but just to turn yourself in, we were going to comply with that.
Hours later, Jones made his first court appearance this morning, where a judge read the charges and then denied him bond. And as of that court hearing this morning, Jones did not have an attorney. He is due to be back in court a week from tomorrow. Jeff?
All right, Joe, thank you.
Wow, well, welcome back to the channel. This took a turn. I would not have thought this was how this young man lost his life. This is a murder suspect shot the rapper named Trouble after finding him with his ex-girlfriend, the warrant indicates. The warrant states that suspect Jamichael Jones punched his ex-girlfriend in the face both before shooting Trouble. And the arrest warrant issued in the killing of Trouble indicates that the suspect shot the Atlanta rapper after finding him with his ex-girlfriend. The warrant states that Jamichael Jones punched her in the face before shooting him. The rapper, whose name is Mariel Orr, was shot and killed in the early hours of Sunday morning at the Lake St. James Apartments in Conyers. He was taken to a hospital where he unfortunately later died from his injuries. Jones, he did turn himself in on home invasion, felony murder, aggravated assault charges at 1 a.m. He was also denied bond by the Rockdale County Magistrate Court. According to the arrest warrant obtained by 11 Alive, the ex-girlfriend did show visible injuries on her face consistent with being struck. She told deputies that she was asleep in her bed with Trouble and woke up to her ex-boyfriend punching her in the face. Jones and Trouble then began fighting, according to the warrant, and she tried to help the rapper when Jones, her ex, pulled out a handgun and shot Trouble and left the scene. The rapper was shot in the chest, according to the warrant. The woman explained to the deputies that she and Jones had been dating for 3 years but broke up a week earlier when he hit her during an argument about him not having a job and not helping her pay the bills. In that instance, she did call 911 but did not file a police report because Jones had fled the scene and he had not been back to the home where they had been living together in the week since. Deputies did note on the warrant that the front door of the apartment had been forced open and that they had surveillance footage of Jones arriving and leaving the apartment complex in his car. According to the timeline in the warrant, Jones came and went in just 7 minutes. Wow. This story is still unfolding, and this man is behind bars. He apparently shot the young rapper in a fit of jealous rage because his ex moved on, and I'm so disgusted at this story. I'm so disgusted. before we get out of here, when I tell you it's disheartening, so it's almost scary to break up with somebody because the ex, male or female, doesn't know how to act, doesn't know how to let go, doesn't know how to let a move on be a move on. I just saw an article, I think last month, and then there was one last year, I remember, and if I find them, I'm going to put them over here, the screenshots. The lady was either picking the child up or dropping the child. It was a custody exchange, right, of kids. So both parents had equal custody, or whatever the custody, they had custody, right? So he's obviously not breaking any rules. He's not harming the children for all intents and purposes, okay? But he pulled up with his new girl, and she got mad and she shot him. He didn't die, but he was shot in the arm and leg. He could have been killed. The new girlfriend could have been killed simply because she didn't like that he pulled up there to get his children or to drop them off with the new girl. Then there was another article about some women in Fort Bragg. And I'm going on memory. I'm gonna still put the screenshot here. You can look up the article. Either the new girlfriend was in the car, so I don't know if she was just in the car waiting on the boyfriend to come out. But either way, the new girlfriend she gets shot to death by the ex. Not being able to move on. I can't comprehend. I didn't have any trouble with my exes. My exes, we're not enemies. We actually speak when we see each other with a hi in the body. I've never had drama with any of my exes. And the men I've dated, their exes didn't bother me. We were cordial. We were able to be cordial. So I've never experienced foolishness and fuckery, and never to the extent of wanting to kill anyone. He took that man's life, who I'm going to make an assumption that when he broke in the house and punched her in the face, he did what any man would do, fight him to protect her. And again, in the article it stated that she tried to help him, and then because you pussy, you pull out a gun and shoot and kill him. All I can say is, it's really, I don't got nothing to say, honestly. It was no words, because he wasn't doing anything, at least from what we gather of the story. He in there sleep. You break in and attack them, and then you murder him for trying to stop you from fighting her. All right, you guys, that's it for now. You guys, we will be back later. Have a good one.
Get this commentary.